What's good, everybody? It's your boy Jamal Haki, and today we're actually back with another movie review for you guys. Listen to me. I'm gonna try to keep this kind of brief because there are some things I got rolling out, kind of podcasty. I'm gonna have some discussions with my homeboy Joy, aka Killjoy, but we still gonna be doing movie reviews solo-ish. But in terms of breakdown discussion, to really dive into this movie and talking about it, we're going to be saving that for other future discussions. But today, we're going to be talking about the movie The Upside, starring Bryan Cranston and Kevin, I almost about to call this man Kevin Smith, Kevin Hart. Now, this movie is, in a nutshell, not in a nutshell, this movie is pretty interesting. This movie is about a rich paraplegic played by Bryan Cranston who is trying to hire a caretaker. More specifically, he's kind of really looking for someone who's not really that qualified. When he found that guy, you know, things turn out differently as things start to play out. He start getting this, you know, I guess you say this, almost like the second chance at life, new perspective that he didn't really get since the death of his wife, aka Bryan Cranston, aka Philip Lacrassus, Philip something, we just call him Philip. Philip lost his wife, didn't really look at life the same, and Kevin Hart's character, Dale Scott, just call him Dale, gave him this other perspective, gave him this other reason for him to kind of look forward, because he did have the do not resuscitate thing, and obviously he felt differently about that going towards the movie. Now, diving in more about this movie touches on a lot of different themes, in terms of, obviously, like I mentioned, having that second chance at life, that second opportunity. One of my favorite themes that it touched on is, it touched on, like, my love language is time. It touched on value. It touched on what is the meaning of value, and it touched on like how different individuals looked at value. What is value to some people? Rather, some people see value as a monetization type of thing, like money. Some people see value as time. How much time do I have? Some people see value as materialistic things, or, you know, what they can do for a particular company, art, a loved one, women, stuff like that. It touched on different core values and what people put value in. And the chemistry between the two of Bryan Cranston and Kevin Hart really showed when they was really interacting with one another, because again, Kevin Hart comes in, he's someone who, you know, is within like the parole system. He's on parole, and he's trying to get these signatures so he doesn't have to go back to jail, a place where he said in the movie he doesn't belong there, because he feel like there's more that he has to offer, but he doesn't necessarily know what he has to offer, because he didn't really have someone there to give him that support. His father wasn't there. He really didn't have no type of father figure to really show him the ropes, to show him that there's opportunity out there, that there's things that you can do. And he started to learn that by experiencing life, by being and caring for someone, because he never, like you say, he never cared for someone but himself. I love the chemistry between Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston. Dale and Philip really fed off one another, right? You really felt like they was really talking backstage, like throughout the scenes. I really want to know the deleted scenes, because this movie I know was funny. But the thing is that although I found myself laughing throughout the movie, that's not even my favorite part about the movie. My favorite part about the movie is when they started diving deep into more the characterization of both Dale and Philip. Especially when they started diving, well, both. I don't want to separate those two. With Dale's character, you have someone who, like I said, like only person that he really ever cared for in life was truly and honestly himself. And when he was put into a position of caring for another person, although he may have been doing it just so he can keep himself from going to prison, it really showed him something. It woke something up in him and enlightened him. Now, there's some things I want to touch on about that in a second. Now with Philip's character, you know, you do have someone who has experienced life, but again, from his perspective, you know, he's been, you know, helping companies out. With him being rich, he's earned all of that. It wasn't inherited. He earned that on his own by putting in that work. And he's seen value in certain things, whether it was company, his own writing, his own work, like, you know what I'm saying, art. But there's other things he didn't see because he may have been overlooking it or missing the point. And there's so much things that you can appreciate. And I think he learned the core value of not just overlooking certain things by being and hanging out with Dale, or Kevin Hart's character. I love the interaction with some of the supporting cast. I did enjoy, you know, some of the pacing throughout the movie, although the movie was, you know, in the 2-hour range. Honestly, I enjoyed every kind of second of the movie. I honestly think it was a good time limit for the movie for the most part. I felt like some of the cuts within the movie, specifically there was like 2 main cuts, you know, one in the dead beginning of the movie, literally the opening scene. And yo, I kind of question it. And the reason why I kind of question it, because based off the opening scene of the movie, it says something about the direction of where the movie is going. Really, with any movie you watch. And so if you ask me, in my honest opinion, I would have wanted something different for the opening scene of this particular movie, because I feel like it would have fleshed out a lot of different things kind of better when they got towards the end of the movie. There was another jump cut that they did, I guess you'd say like a time skip that they did towards like the last quarter of the movie or going into the final act, that I kind of questioned. Whoa, that's a lot of facial hair, buddy. You got that in like how long? Jesus. What? He started up a company?
What?
He started up a company with that much money?
How, Sway?
And he hired those men? What?
Ain't this some bullshit?
One of the other things that did kind of bother me, and it started bothering me more and more as the movie progressed, was I started thinking about, you know, when Bryan Cranston or Philip, he's asking Dale, he's talking to Dale, because, you know, Philip is used to going into companies, figuring out the, you know, the logistics of things, figuring out where can you do to improve your company, where can you go from point A to point B. He's helped companies from the ground up, so he knows how to speak and talk to people. So when he's talking to Dale, he's literally asking him like, yo, what are you good at? Like, okay, you're talking about money and all this stuff. What are you good at? Tell me what you're good at. I'm gonna let you know if it's a good idea or not. We still, to this day, I still really don't know what Dale is really good at. Like, you could say, yeah, he's good at caretaking, caring, but other than that, like, you see what happens in the movie, what he does with some of that money, right?
No, not really.
Or so to speak, what exactly is he good at? They show us in the movie what he's doing, and he's making some, you know, some good tinkering with that said object. But other than that, I'm like, can you say out loud? Can you just say verbally what you're good at, so I can have an understanding going forward? And I think if they would have touched on that in the movie, it would have made a little bit more sense. All in all, man, this movie is actually really good. And that's really good, surprisingly, because, again, we're dealing with January. And the month of January generally has very not so good movies. And so for this to be one of the first movies I have personally seen in the month of January, I thought this was a good and awesome start to start the year 2019 off. This movie has replay value for me. Again, it touches on some core values. It touches on a lot of different things where you can actually take home and grow from it and learn from it. And also with it being funny as well, it gives that extra element for something to also enjoy, not just from like the life lesson standpoint, or it being kind of like a drama, like, again, because it's a real dramedy. Not so much emphasis on the romantic part, but it's there. But again, the characterization of Dale and of Philip, and also the supporting cast of Yvonne, played by Nicole Kidman, I enjoy it. But Bryan Cranston, man, you really did your thing with this character. Kevin Hart, you don't get enough love because some of the times you play in movies, it's kind of ass. I know, I'm sorry, but this movie right here, I enjoyed, I loved, and so some of the negatives is there, it's apparent for me personally, but the positives definitely outweigh the negatives to the point where this movie does have replay value. If you want to ask for my rating and my personal rating, I will rate this movie a 8 out of 10, and that is my final say in this movie. I think it sticks at an 8 out of 10.
Nah, that ain't it, y'all.
Although I would want to give it a little bit higher impact wise, it didn't have that much of a large impact for me to have it at a 9 or 10. But it's definitely better than like a 7.5 or 7. For more discussions about movies in general, or more detail about movies, you want me to go in depth and breakdown, you're gonna have to listen to that more so on my podcast that I will be starting with my co-host that I will be working with. And yeah, we're going to be talking about a whole bunch of things, and that's pretty much it for the movie review. Go see the upside. That's it for the video, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Hit the bell to be notified, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you check out the affiliate links down below. Check out our Discord server, link is in the description. P.O. Box information, that is in the description. At 10K subscribers, we're doing a Q&A special, so make sure you check out the email down below. All right, you send me questions, and I'm going to try to answer to the best of my abilities. And that's it for the video, man. It's your boy Jamal _Haki. Peace out.
Can't let you niggas take my energy. Just wanna see me out my character. Tried to make me break the fourth dimension. Too much on my plate to lose sight of the vision. In the mirror, my biggest adversary made peace with the burden that I had to carry. Everybody wanna be the king right now.